One of these bags retails for £10, whilst the other one has a retail price of $165, which is the equivalent to about £125. Can you tell the difference? And what makes one of them cost like 12 times as much as the other? Let's take a look. Hello, I'm Karen, and today I'm going to be looking at these two bags. And if you follow Disney merch trends at all, then you've probably seen this viral Primark bag, which has been selling out at stores across the UK. But what makes it so special, you may ask? Well, it's actually a copy of a Stoney Clover Lane pouchette. And I happen to have a Stoney Clover mini pouchette here that I thought would be good to compare with and see what differences we can actually find that make this so much more expensive than this one. Stoney Clover Lane is an American brand established by two sisters, Kendall and Libby Glazer. And they started their small business making handmade bracelets at home, which later developed into bag charms, accessories, and eventually bags and pouches. And now after 17 years, Stoney Clover Lane has become a highly sought after brand by fashionistas and collectors. Primark's a massive company with outlets all over the world. There's probably one near you. So to start with, you'll notice there is a size difference. Stoney Clover Lane do actually stock different sizes of this bag. This is the mini pouchette, also known as the pouchette 1, but they also do a pouchette 2, which I believe has the same dimensions as the Primark bag, but this is the only one I've got, so I can't confirm that. And as far as the pattern on these goes, yes, that's obviously different. This one is from the Disneyland 70th anniversary, which took place last year. And this one has a pink princess pattern on, which I thought was an original pattern. And I thought, oh, at least they didn't completely copy Stoney Clover bags. But then I saw a Stoney Clover design that was very similar to this pink one. So whilst the pattern might not be exactly the same, it is a bit of a copy. So both bags have small handles at the top, and these are a faux leather. You can see a difference in the material used on these. The Primark one has a bit of a crisscross pattern on, whilst the Stoney Clover Lane one has more of a smooth finish with a bit of a mottled effect. So I don't know that either one is particularly better than the other, just slightly different. As far as the feel of those straps go, I would say these ones are slightly firmer and the finish is a bit nicer on the edges, whereas on the Primark one, it's already starting to come away from the edges a bit, even though I've not actually used this bag. It's just been set on the side. But you can see some loose material around the edge of the strap there. So probably if you were to use this, that would start to peel off. Also on the front, you'll see this one has a heart-shaped popper, and that's a magnetic popper that fastens fairly easily. The other one also has a heart-shaped popper, but this one has the Stoney Clover Lane logo stamped across it. And I've also noticed on the back of that strap, the finish is slightly different. Here it just kind of ends, whereas this one matches the shape that's on the front and goes to the same length as the bottom of the straps. And then another major difference I've noticed is the reinforced corners that the Stoney Clover Lane bag has, whereas the Primark bag doesn't have that. So the corners don't really hold their shape that well. But what do you want for £10? So this has protective corners at the bottom, which match the colour of the handles. And it helps the bag maintain its overall shape. And also the base here is a separate piece, whereas on the Stoney Clover bag, the main body of the bag is just made of two pieces. You have the front piece and the back piece, and that's connected by a seam at the bottom. And if you look along the seam of this, you'll see the stitching is all hidden on the inside. So you don't really see any threads or anything, and on the base as well. And they've done similar with the Primark bag, although the fabric on the seam is a little bit puckered. And then where they've done that base strip, you do see the stitching along the top and bottom, although it is pretty neatly done. And the rest of the stitching on the handles doesn't look too bad, to be honest. It's pretty straight and evenly spaced. There's just a couple of bits where it's a little bit clunky. You can see there the extra thickness of the thread where the handle attaches to the bag, and a little bit of a loose thread here. Not massive, but something to note. And the stitching on the Stoney Clover Lane bag is also very neat and probably a tidier finish than the Primark bag, which you would expect at that higher price. So both bags have these little faux leather pieces at the end of the zip. And the Primark one is just a little bit messier in the finish. You've got a bit of loose thread that's visible underneath here. And then on the other side, this one is a little bit crooked. The stitching is not quite even around the edge. And also the way the two pieces are folded together, there's a bit of an overlap, which I didn't really notice until I inspected it. So not a big deal. £10. Then the Primark bag has these two little gold hooks just inside the handle, which is the same as the Stoney Clover bag. And both of these have gold hardware.
Would you look at that?
Let's do the zipper test. A little bit awkward as I've still got the labels on this. So the zip pull is faux leather on this one, and it has a nice solid feel to it. So on the Primark one, the zip pull is a little gold crown. It works fine. So moving to the inside of the bag, just take out some of this stuffing. So both bags come with a shoulder strap that looks to be in the same material as the handles. Just take the stuffing out of this one as well to see how they hold their shape when they're empty. That one also has a little right, it might be time for me to cut the strap off this. There goes the resale price. Just cut this strap off as well. And might as well take this off. Let's have a proper look at it. Just nearly cut the straps then. That was close, I think I missed it. So first thing I notice, the Stoney Clover bag has a slightly thinner strap, but that matches the thickness of the handles. So I think that's more to do with the size of the bag than being a difference. Just show you the Primark one. So this strap matches the width of the handles, and it's in that same material. There's slightly different fastenings on the clasps. The Stoney Clover one has one of those little pull down clasps, whereas the Primark one has a push one. They've probably got proper names, but I don't know what they are. But both are fully functional, and neither have any branding on that I can see. Just turn around to the back where the seam is. Slightly nicer finish on the Stoney Clover one. And you see there the stitches on the side are just a bit neater. And I've had these both stored inside the bag, so both of the straps are curling a bit. Hopefully that would straighten up over time if they were left out or somewhere they could be flat. And they're both adjustable with a little buckle that is a different shape on each one, but both in the gold still. And if I turn them sideways, you'll see there's a slight difference in the construction of the strap here. So the Stoney Clover one has a bit of a neater finish, whereas the Primark one has that just straight seam cut off and sticks out a bit. And when I was doing my fake Coach bag comparison, that was one of the telltale signs to show which one was the better quality, and that was the keeper on the strap. So here on the Stoney Clover one, you can see the finish is nice and flat, and there's no like big bump on the seam or anything. Whereas the Primark one doesn't have that second keeper. So there's nowhere to tuck this bit of strap in, just the one that's up here. Whereas this one has two. So moving on to the fabric, and didn't really mention that on the outside of the bags. I think they're both nylon. On the Primark one, the outer fabric is quite thin. It kind of feels like sort of a thin shell over a cotton bag, which if I look on the inside, yeah, I think it's like a cotton or similar lining. And it does have a little pocket in there. And then the rest is just one large compartment. But it feels like potentially this could peel or rip. I don't know how easily, but might not last forever. Whereas the Stoney Clover bag, this outer fabric seems a lot thicker and a bit more hardy. On the inside here, the outer fabric seems to be the same as the inside lining, and it's just one big compartment here. There's no extra pocket, and I don't know if that's to do with the size of this bag. So possibly the larger pouchette would have an extra pocket, but for this one it doesn't. But it does have the Stoney Clover Lane badge on the inside, as well as the Disney Parks logo, as this was a special commemorative one for the Disneyland 70th anniversary. And if I just close that, you'll see this one does hold its shape pretty well when it's empty, whereas this one, not so much. As I said, the fabric is a lot lighter and a bit more flimsy, so it doesn't keep its shape when it's empty. But how much can I fit in here? I suppose this won't be a fair test because they're two different sizes. But just out of curiosity, I'm gonna see how they hold things. So I'll try a phone in here, which fits easily. Should have bought some other stuff to put in. Say a camera case, if I was taking a camera out. And I'm just randomly selecting things from the table. With a tape measure. they all fit in there very comfortably. And it is the kind of bag you probably could pack quite a lot of little bits in if you're someone that takes like makeup and compact mirrors around and stuff, and fit your keys in. That's still got lots of room for other stuff. Just out of interest, would the same fit in the smaller bag? The phone. Oh, yes. Thought that wasn't going to go in. It does go in. The camera case. Yes. The tape measure. No, not really. Probably wouldn't be carrying this large tape measure around. So yeah, it's obviously it's smaller, so it's going to carry less, but it does fit the essentials and not a lot else. Oh, and the little hooks that I showed you are where you hang the strap, which turns into a crossbody bag. So in comparing the two bags, I would say, yes, the Stoney Clover one is of higher quality and has a nicer finish overall. But the Primark one ain't half bad. And I was actually surprised how much I liked this one when I got it. It is a cute little bag and a much more affordable alternative to the Stoney Clover bag, which I do like, but feel is a bit overpriced, to be honest. Yes, Primark can afford to sell stuff a lot cheaper as it's all mass produced, and I'm not quite sure how the Stoney Clover ones are produced, but I imagine they don't have the same production capabilities as Primark. So some of the price difference is explained there. Which one is my personal favourite? Probably this one, to be honest. But I do like this as well. And when you think you could have about 12 of these bags or one of these ones, what do you think is the better deal? The low-cost version, or is the luxury price tag worth it? Let me know in the comments. And if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out this one next. Thanks for watching.